What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This, once again, is Scott Porter back for day 5, the last day of this incredible unboxing series that we have been doing this week for Marvel HeroClix new HeroClix set, X-Men, the animated series. Every day has been jam-packed with figures that were impressing me, whether it be their dial, their interpretation of their powers, the way they look. These Colossals are all fantastic. I've been surprised by the variety in the set. The first couple of days, we had a ton of villains. We've gotten some heroes since then, but it's still very a villain-centric type of set, which is really cool. You're getting Acolytes, you're getting Brotherhood. It says on the outside of the box you're going to get Hellfire, but we haven't seen any yet. We've got 3 super rares. We got a Prime already. Don't think we're going to get a Chase. But that being said, I also have a special box that WizKids sent to me. Yes, this box right here. And it said, do not open. Had a little post-it on it. It said, do not open until day 5. So should I do it first? Should I do it last? I think I'll do it last, but I've got a little bonus content for you all, huh? Day 5, a little bonus content. If you haven't seen days 1 through 4, please just pause, go back, watch days 1 through 4. I guarantee you will not be disappointed because this set is chock full of X-Men, the animated series awesomeness. We got a ton of characters we haven't seen yet. Like I said, a lot of acolytes like Scanner. I'm hoping to get Frenzy. Frenzy is one of the acolytes that I actually was a huge, huge fan of. We got Scanner, we got Amelia Vaught, we got Morph from the animated series. Very tragic figure in the animated series, came and went. Really, really cool. Walked that line, being a hero, being a villain, doing that whole thing, self-sacrifice, all that stuff. Those types of storylines made X-Men the animated series the classic that it is, the hit that it was in the 90s, and the classic that it is now. It is so highly regarded still to this day because of storytelling like that. All of the Colossals have been incredible. This set has just brought it on every single level. And you can get your hands on it. September the 4th, I think, is when pre-releases start. So you can get your hands on it before the set even releases. Just call your local comic book shop or gaming store, find out when they're holding their tournaments, sign up, and then go and support them and have some fun with your HeroClix playing buddies. That being said, let's just get into day 5 right away. There's not a lot in this set that I still want. Everything now at this point is bonus. I mean, we got Iceman as Voltron one of these days. I would love to see Krakoa, actually, because Iceman as Voltron was a huge thing where he was battling these dueling Krakoas at the end of Wolverine and the X-Men the comic book run. So I'm hoping to see Krakoa in walking, talking form. And whoa, what do we get here? This Colossal is, oh yes! Oh, it's Proteus. Oh, this is so cool. Man, this guy is rad. Look at that. Okay, that is Proteus. That is Moira McTaggart's boy. And that sculpt, I mean, it looks like a toy. What they did with the sculpts for the Colossals in this set is beyond what WizKids has done, I think, in the past. I think they've really outdone themselves with what they were able to do with all of these Colossal figures. I mean, if you looked at Iceman, he was incredible. The Dark Phoenix that we got yesterday, Sasquatch a couple of days ago, these are all desktop material, including Proteus here. All right, let's see what else we pull. We got Rogue. We already got a Rogue. We got Toad. We already got Toad. Let's see who else we got here. What is this? Oh, we got our first Hellfire Club figure. We got the White Queen. Yes, very cool. She has a little piece missing off of her. And then we also got, I think somebody we're also missing, somebody we don't have yet. Oh, a Friend of Humanity, a generic figure. All right, let's pull Proteus back. Let's show you the White Queen and this Friends of Humanity figure. Oh, and I'm just noticing now, yes, White Queen is a Chase. That's a Chase demarcation right there. Unfortunately, the front, there's like a little energy beam coming off of White Queen that I fell off in the packaging. So I think I've just warned you guys a couple of times over the last couple of days that we are having You know, some figures come off their bases and stuff. The packaging is kind of loose in what I got, but that doesn't mean that the final packaging is going to be the same, because I always get stuff a little bit earlier. So, you know, they still make some tweaks. I know cards change. I know a lot of things change. Hopefully I can figure out a way to glue the White Queen's energy. Oh, it comes out of her hand. There we go. It comes out of her hand there. You can see that. You can see what it's supposed to look like there. So I'll glue that back on. I'll get that done right. I'll figure that out. That being said, she looks awesome. And we got a chase. So we got what? I don't understand what's happening right now, because we got the Shadow King is a super rare. The Ice King, the Iceman is a super rare. We got a title character super rare with Mr. Sinister. We got another super rare, I thought, oh yeah, with Legion, who's a title character. We got a prime, maybe it's not a prime, maybe they're not counted as prime level variants. The Magneto Danger Room guy looked like a prime, but maybe that's just the basic AMD. It does say on the outside of the box, 80 figures in the set. So maybe they're just giving you a ton of bang for your buck in this set. Okay, let's get right to it. Like I said, we pulled Rogue and Toad already. We watched them. We saw what they did in the first couple of days. We'll look at Friends of Humanity. Friends of Humanity is very cool because on day one, we pulled Senator Robert Kelly. And he has a lot to do with the Friends of Humanity and then the Sentinels, because he spawns these Friends of Humanity, and then eventually, after he's got 3 Friends of Humanity on the board, can start spawning Sentinels. So, comes in at 10 or 5 points. Set number 6, Friend of Humanity, has Sentinel and Brute keywords. Stinkin' Muty is a trait. If you paid 10 points for Friends of Humanity when they start the game, choose a starting click. If you paid 5 points for Friends of Humanity, or they were brought into the game by another effect, instead roll a d6 to determine his starting click. So they're going to have a bunch of different starting lines on the back. Our small, low-pointed Sentinel had the same thing that we pulled, where you could have a 33 or 25-point tossed. This is 10 or 5. You can have a random starting line, or you can choose at 10 points. Now, this guy's important because Senator Robert Kelly is pulling them onto the board consistently. And so you're just going to be rolling that dice, see what you get, see what you get, see what you get. They're only 1 click long, but there's a lot of variations on this. You've got some poison, you've got some range combat expert, close combat expert, so brawlers, all that type of stuff. And he can actually be really dangerous at the back of the board, because then he starts spawning Sentinels. Now you've got Friends of Humanity running all over the board, and then you've got Sentinels running all over the board, and he can just spawn an entire force of his own. It's nice to see a character that we pulled on day one, a figure that we pulled on day one, start really showing us what they can do on day 5. And that's just set synergy. This set is so good on so many levels. All right, let's look at Proteus. Proteus, Brute and Monster keywords. Colossal number 4. Warping Reality is a trait. Barrier, Shape Change, Smoke Cloud. Once per turn, Proteus can use Barrier as free or Smoke Cloud as free, but only to generate 2 markers. Other characters within 3 squares can't use improved abilities, so improved targeting or improved movement can't happen within 3 squares of Proteus. Special move power, possess someone to hide. Mind control is free. When Proteus uses it and hits, you may choose that hit characters can't make attacks. If you do, after resolutions, place Proteus adjacent to a hit character, and he can't be the target of range attacks until your next turn. Man, so many crazy defenses on this guy. Colossal Indifference, I don't know better. Stop click. If Proteus starts on the 20-point starting line, he can't attack smaller characters except via Colossal Retaliation. And that Colossal Retaliation is this, a paralyzing fear. If no friendly character has been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that attacked Proteus or damaged a friendly character since your last turn. Place Proteus such that he can make a close attack targeting the chosen character, then do so. A hit character gets 2 fear tokens. Even if this power is lost, characters with fear tokens must roll a d6 when making an attack and negatively modify their attack value by half the result, then remove 1 fear token. So you go around placing all these fear tokens on these people on the board, and you're just affecting their ability to land hits as the game goes on. It is insane. And even if he's KO'd, they don't go away. All right, one last look at the back of the card here. There you go. 15 clicks long. Not as much move and attack as you would think, but that possess someone to hide allows him to be teleporting kind of right next to them and avoiding ranged attacks. So doesn't need to count on it as much as a lot of other big targets like the Colossals need to. He comes in at 400, 225, 150, or 20 points on that last Colossal Indifference starting line. All right, Emma Frost. Emma Frost, this is our chase. I was right. The Hellfire Club members are chase figures. That's a tough one. When an entire team is all chases, that's tough to collect. Set number 46, Hellfire Club and Ruler. She comes in at 75 points. Has a trait, Inner Circle Club, White Queen. Emma Frost has protected, Outwit, Mind Control. When Emma Frost uses it as range, modify attack by +1, and she may instead target any number of characters of lower point value. Must still be opposing and within range and line of fire. Another trait, Mental Blocks. Friendly characters can't be targeted by opposing characters that are more than 6 squares away from them. Okay, so cutting down the range for your opposing team. Long Live the Queen, Energy Shield Deflection, and Mastermind. So let's get back to that mind control. She can mind control any number of characters within a range. That's insane. Put her in the right spot, and she's just making your entire team crush each other. I guess that's what she's best at, manipulating all of that to happen. She has stealth, which is going to be a boon for her. That 18 defense, and remember, that's cutting down your opponent's range. She has some sidestep and psychic blast towards the end. Yeah, kind of shocked we're not getting psychic blast right up front, but it's all about that manipulation, getting the pieces on the board all moving properly. The Hellfire Club was always kind of that way. But there you go, our first chase, our chase for this brick. This brick has been very fruitful. This is insane. I want to know if this is how it's going to be. Do you get multiple Colossal super rares in a brick? Do you get more than 2 in a case? Do you get, I don't know. That remains to be seen, but this is a special set. And this series has been a very special series for me. Okay, let's see. Last but not least, we have a dragon. Oh my gosh, yes! I did not expect this either. My arch nemesis tried to defeat me, but I got it. The plastic. Okay, hold on. Do you see what's going on here? This is Green Dragon Puff versus Lockheed. I remember the comic cover of this where it's just you see Lockheed flying up and there's like a giant green dragon eye. Look at that. That is awesome. The Green Dragon comes in at 225, 150, or 75. That sculpt is awesome. Again, I keep on saying that these figures are desktop material, and I mean it, man. I completely and totally believe that you could take almost any of these Colossals from this set, take it to work, and just put it on your desk, and it does not look like it's from a tabletop game. That's insane. This set is incredible. All right, let's see. We also pulled, I'm going to pull him back. We also pulled Gambit and Deadpool and Graydon Creed, which are all new figures, and Boulevard Trask. I cannot believe it. On day 5, in a set with 80 figures, they say there's 80 figures. In day 5, we just pulled all new figures in our final booster. That's insane. That never happens. I do these unboxing series all the time. And by day 5, I'm like, all right, this video is going to be a little bit shorter because I know I'm going to pull a bunch of figures that we've already seen. Did not happen today. We've got Green Dragon Puff, Gambit, Graydon Creed Jr., who is the son of Mystique and Sabretooth. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Deadpool and Boulevard Trask. I think we'll start with Trask. Okay, Let's take a look at Trask's card here. Boulevard Trask. Sentinel and Scientist keyword. Set number 7 comes in at 35 points. Stoking mutant hysteria. Fear-mongering is a trait. Leadership. When Boulevard Trask uses it and succeeds, instead of the normal effect, you may generate a Friends of Humanity figure. If he is adjacent to 3 or more Friends of Humanity figures, you may generate a Sentinel instead, just like Robert Kelly from the first day. Creator of the Sentinel Initiative. Support as free, but only to target characters with either the Sentinel or Robot keyword. Look at the back here. Man, the Friends of Humanity, they should have gotten, I guess they gave them the Sentinel keyword to use instead, but they really should have gotten their own keyword. They are dangerous, man. They are very, very, very dangerous. This is impressive, actually, how much they're going to be able to handle themselves. All right, let's move on to Graydon Creed Jr., another member of those Friends of Humanity, I think. Graydon Creed Jr., set number 17, comes in at 45 points. Stoking mutant hysteria, Friends of Humanity, rallies is his trait. Leadership, when Graydon Creed uses it, succeeds. Instead of normal effect, you may generate a Friends of Humanity. When generating them, roll for their trait to determine start and click. So man, more generic generation. You know, the biggest problem with these guys is going to be having enough figures that are Friends of Humanity to actually run this team. Spreading the mutant virus. Poison, special attack power. When a character takes damage from Graydon Creed's poison, give them a diseased token. When Graydon Creed uses poison, roll a d6. On a roll of 4 to 6, deal 1 damage to each character with 1 or more of his diseased tokens. When a character with a diseased token is healed, remove all of their diseased tokens. So, he leaves people poisoned. And every time he makes another attack with that, everybody that has that token is getting poisoned again. And the only way to get them off of that is to heal him, to basically give him an antidote. That's insane. So yeah, the Friends of Humanity generic in this set is going to be like the old Madrox, who you just could not find enough of. And you're going to see batches of these generics sold online for like buku bucks because you're not going to have enough of them to run a team, because you're going to have 3 of these guys all generating these bystander tokens all the time. That's insane. All right. Deadpool, next. Everybody knows and loves Deadpool. I'm kind of surprised to see him in the set. We've seen a lot of him lately. He comes in at 30 points only, though, so a much different take on him. Weapon X is a trait. Set number 12. Weapon X is his keyword, and his trait is in your head. Super senses. When an attack targeting Deadpool misses, after resolutions, give the attacker an action token. Ooch, ouch. Confusing apparition. Perplex, but only to negatively modify combat values. Oh, that's why he's okay. See, I just forgot that this was X-Men in the animated series set. See, that was all to do with his appearance, actually, back then in that particular episode. 30 points, a couple of really special, very specific things. If you love Deadpool and you're looking for a way to get him on a force, that's a way to do it. Options, 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 all happening in this set. All right, last but not least, we'll take Gambit. I've explained my thoughts on Gambit. I know a lot of people love him. He's not my favorite, but still, he does some cool things in the books. He has a lot of history, and they've built it out well over time. He's set number 25. He comes in at 65 points, has a special movement power. The name's Gambit. Remember it, running shot, and stealth. He has a special attack power, 5-card stud, jacks are better to open. Energy explosion, when Gambit uses it, if the roll is doubles and hits, increase the damage dealt to all targets by +1. Still pretty simple dial. 6 clicks long though, he can definitely hold his own. Some toughness at the top, that morphs into close combat reflexes towards the end. They did not give him super senses, which I'm not saying that he should have super senses. I'm just saying surprised that he doesn't have them with his acrobatic stuff that he always does with his bow staff. He seems to always know that stuff is coming his way. Last but not least, Green Dragon Puff. This is awesome that this figure is in here. Again, so surprising. Green Dragon Puff. Animal and monster keywords. Colossal number 9 comes in at 225, 150, or 75 points. Winds that can upend tanks. Force Blast. When Green Dragon Puff moves one or more times during an action after resolutions, she can use Force Blast at no cost, and that is a trait. Special movement power. Building a nest out of a skyscraper. Sidestep. Free. Destroy an adjacent piece of blocking terrain. If you do, generate and hold a light object. Then make a ranged object attack. Green Dragon Puff may activate this twice per turn. Woo! Also, a special damage power called Revert to Original Size. Green Dragon Puff has Mini instead of Colossal and can't use her trait. Yeah, this is awesome. And there's that comic cover I was talking about, Uncanny X-Men number 181 from 1984. I remember that. I remember that book. My older foster brother had that particular issue, and I always loved that cover. So seeing it back there and seeing this Green Dragon be a part of this set is insane. The things they figured out to do, you know, I was like, how many Colossals can we really get out of this X-Men set? And man, they blew me away. Giving Sasquatch a proper Colossal, Cerebra as in the full Sentinel gear, Shadow King in his giant knight with the flaming sword, Iceman and Voltron. I mean, and there's more. There's more out there. I don't know what we're gonna get. I mean, I'd love to see a different version of the Sasquatch. You know, the white Sasquatch, the one from Exiles or Wendigo. I mean, there's definite sculpt reuse possibilities here. Proteus looks insane. Magneto and Exodus look amazing, and that's gonna do it for the actual brick. But I still have this one last box. Now I'm interested to see what is inside of it. I have not opened it yet. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So we got some cool things here, and I have the cards for them, but I don't know if I'm going to actually share them, the cards with it. I don't know how much I want to spoil here, but first and foremost, I was right about the primes, it seems, as we have a prime Sentinel. I was questioning whether or not the Sabretooth, which had an A on it, if we were going to get a Danger Room version of Sabretooth, and that's that. Mr. Sinister also had what looked like to be a prime number, so there we have that. Yeah, so on top of the Magneto that we have, they sent me these Danger Room sculpts. And here's the Magneto. I'll pop him in there too. Just so you can see, yeah, they're all in there. This is insane. I'll show you these three guys next to each other. And man, these Danger Room guys are ridiculously cool. That has me so stoked. What a great use of primes. This set is incredibly interesting to me. Man, I don't know. I'm going to go back and forth on whether I'm going to show the cards in a second, because they did send me the cards. But I also got a couple of other figures here. I got a Magneto Super Rare, it looks like. Or, wait a minute, is that a Magneto? Hold on. WizKids, I don't know why you're sending me all this awesome stuff, but oh no, this looks like a Magneto Chase? Yes. And then I asked them personally via email. I always do. I ask them if Random's going to be a member of this X-Men set, and they always go, no, he's not going to be. And I think they finally just laughed and sent me him separately once. I don't know if they know what's in my booster or not, but they sent me a Random figure. And then another Chase, Harry Leland. And you know, I think this box is very personalized for me. I'll tell you why, because I think I always talk about the very first X-Men book I read was the book where Nimrod kills Harry Leland. And so they sent me a Harry Leland. That's awesome. The Black Bishop of the Hellfire Club. So there you go, like some additional confirmations of figures that we're going to be getting in this set. And you know what? What the hell? It's day 5. You guys have been here all week long. We took a look at the sculpts. Let's show you what all these guys do. Why not? Why not? We'll start with random, which I think is just hilarious that they sent me random in the first place. Thank you so much, by the way, WizKids. We have been working together for like 6 or 7 years now, and you guys know me, I guess. And I know you guys, and I love you guys, and I say thank you from the bottom of my heart for sending me this stuff and allowing me to share this stuff with the community. I know they appreciate it, and I got to tell you, I appreciate it more than you could ever know. So thank you to WizKids for every single thing that you send my way to be able to share with the community. It's very, very special, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. All right, random. Here we go. Random. Acolytes, Brotherhood of Mutants, Weapon X, and X Factor keywords. He comes in at 100 points, which is awesome. Trait, Bioplasmic, Whatchamacall, Shape Change, free. Choose a standard attack power. Random can use that power until your next turn. There's no roll necessary. It doesn't look like there's any drawbacks for it. A great little dial on the back there, a ton of sidestep. He's got Indomitable, Impervious to start. Look at that second click at 19 defense, just with toughness. And look, that dial is random as hell. It's random as hell. The 90s X Factor, the Peter David run of it, probably my all-time favorite run of any particular rider on any particular property, was the one in the 90s, and then very closely rivaled by his second run with X Factor Investigations and all the X Factor with Jamie Madrox leading the brigade there. Let's look at next, I guess, Sabretooth, the Danger Room version of Sabretooth. Look at his card here. 23B, so it definitely is prime, but they don't have the green prime circles, so I don't know if they're going to count. I don't know what kind of rarity we're going to see on these guys. I don't know if they're actual primes or not. But he comes in at 45 points. Danger Room construct, when Sabretooth makes an attack after resolutions, give him an error token for each one in the attack roll, maximum of 3. If Sabretooth has 2 or less error tokens, characters take a maximum of 1 damage from Sabretooth's attacks. Sabretooth takes a maximum of 1 damage from opponent's attacks, and he can't be healed or chosen for Mastermind Protected Pulse Wave. Another trait, lessons from the Danger Room. Sabretooth. When Sabretooth is KO'd, the opposing character that KO'd him can use combat reflexes for the rest of the game. Another trait, relentless, with flurry and toughness. Okay. These Danger Room figures are going to be very interesting to use because it looks like those dials are fully ramped up, but unless you have error tokens on there, you can't really do more than 1 damage. So you've got to get a couple of error tokens on there before you can really start taking advantage of the 12, 12, 18, and 3 that Sabretooth is showing right there. So that's insane. That's awesome. All right, next we'll take a peek at the Stealth Sentinel. Okay. Now the Stealth Sentinel, that actually is a prime. Oh, that's not a Danger Room. That's a Stealth Sentinel. That's not a Danger Room sculpt. Oh my gosh. Man, they are throwing me for so many loops in this thing. Sentinel, Armor, and Robot. Prime directive, at the beginning of your turn, Stealth Sentinel may move 1 square if an opposing character with the X-Men or Brotherhood of Mutants keyword is on the map. It may move 1 additional square. Another trait, Power Adaptation. Stealth Sentinel can't be healed except by this trait. Turn it to the same click number of a different color, then heal 1 click. Stealth Sentinel can't be healed above its starting click number on either dial. Special attack, Stealth Capture Mode, Incapacitate, Poison, Smoke Cloud is free. Special defense power, Emergency System Stop, and Toughness. Take a peek at the back here. And I thought that was a Danger Room Sentinel, but it's not. It is a full-powered Sentinel, and you have 2 different dials that you can choose from there. That is awesome. Sentinel Squad 1. The Stealth Sentinel. So cool. So cool. And that is an actual prime. It does actually have a green ring around it. Whereas these other ones, these Danger Room projections for Magneto and Sinister and Sabretooth do not. Speaking of Sinister, take a peek here. Has that same kind of thing, that Danger Room construct with the error tokens, etc., etc. Lessons from the Danger Room, Mr. Sinister. If you KO him, that character has protected outwit for the rest of the game. Has a special move power, Sinister Schemes, and Logistics Processing. Phasing and Teleport, Sidestep, and Stealth. And Secrets and Mysteries is a special damage power, Outwit, Shape Change. Flip over the back. And again, you've got to get a couple of error tokens on this thing before it becomes really, really dangerous. At least that's how I am reading it. Maybe I am wrong, but yeah. After resolutions, error token maximum of 3. 2 or less error tokens, characters only take a maximum of 1 damage, etc. So once you get to 3 damage, then it starts doing full damage and can take full damage from opponents. So very cool. All right, Harry Leland, the Black Bishop. See, his power is really, really cool, and I'm so glad we're getting this guy now. Harry Leland, Hellfire Club, 45, set number 45. 50 points is his point value. Hard to move hero. Opposing characters within 4 squares modify their attack and damage by -2 if they have moved this turn. Opposing characters can't be placed from elsewhere on the map within 4 squares of Harry Leland. Also has a trait, Inner Circle, Black Bishop. Outwit, but only to choose a black power or special power. When Harry Leland KOs a higher pointed character after resolutions, remove all action tokens from him and heal him 2 clicks. Woo! See, Harry Leland died of a heart attack. It's a true story. Yeah, died of a heart attack. Nimrod figured out a way to, really put it to him. So Harry Leland and Flint Fireforge, those 2 people just meet the same fate. Epic heart attacks in a fantasy or a comic book realm. Real nerds are going to get that Flint Fireforge reference. I hope you get it too. Harry Leland, in that issue, he takes Colossus and sinks him down into the ground. And the thing with Colossus is, yeah, sure, he's unbeatable, but you put Colossus like down in the bottom of the earth or whatever, and he can't breathe. Shadowcat has to go down there. He has to shave him. She's bringing him up. But Harry Leland, with his gravity controlling powers, was super interesting to me. But he died in that issue. And that was my first X-Men issue I ever read, and I felt like there was a sense of danger. I had read Spider-Man for a long time, and there just wasn't that sense of danger in the Spider-Man stories I was reading. I felt like everybody, it was kind of fun. This one felt dangerous now. People are dying, and I think I was like 9 or 10 years old, and I was like, wow, I think this is my jam. I think this is what I want to do here. All right, last but not least, this Magneto, and it looks like it's a chase. But not necessarily Hellfire Club. Savage Land and X-Men are the traits. This Magneto comes in at 65 points. Lost in the Savage Land with my rival. At the beginning of the game, roll a d6. On a roll of 1 to 2, an opponent chooses one of their characters of 75 points or less. Roll of 3 to 6, you choose an opposing character of 75 points or less. And if a character is chosen, then place Magneto and the chosen character and 3 lost tokens on this card. At the end of your turn, remove a lost token from this card. When the last lost token is removed, or if a force has no characters on the map, place Magneto and the chosen character into their starting areas in squares of your choice. Interesting, okay. A special move power, Sinister's Savage Land Machines. Earthbound, Neutralized, and Sidestep. Now, I'm guessing we're going to get a second level of rarity for this, but it's going to be Professor X. Because who got lost in the Savage Land with Magneto in the X-Men the Animated Series cartoon was, in fact, Professor X. So look out for that as well. I look at the Hellfire Club on here, and I see we've got 4 characters, but Harry Leland's not one of them that's pictured. Harry Leland's not on the box. So I wonder how many we're really going to get as the Hellfire Club chases. And then I don't know if that Magneto is an Ultra Chase or not. Maybe Magneto and Professor X are both Ultra Chases for this thing. I'm not sure. Man, this was incredible. Again, thank you to WizKids for sending me all this stuff to share with you guys. Thank you to you guys who are watching out there from the bottom of my heart. The reason that I get to keep on doing this for a game I love this much, that deals with comic books that I love as much as I do, is just because of you guys and you guys watching and you guys engaging with us. I hope these videos are meeting everything that you wish them to be. We're trying to improve every single time with this. If you loved it, let us know down in the comments. If you've got some suggestions, let us know down in the comments. Smash that like button. Subscribe to WizKids because they have a ton of stuff coming out. And it's not just HeroClix related. They have just amazing stuff. Also, go find HyperRPG on Twitch and on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, hit the bell for notify, and you'll know when they have something really cool coming out as well. Like I said, RPGs, tabletop, video games, they cover it all. Talk shows on all your favorite pop culture stuff. They've got it all on that channel. So go check them out. Once again, my name is Scott Porter. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to take all these home right now, and I'm going to find a place to put them all in the house because this set looks incredible. September 4th, the pre-release starts. Go to your local gaming shop, your local brick and mortar store, find out when their tournament's going to be held, and you can get your hands on all these guys as well. Once again, my name is Scott Porter. That is it for the X-Men the Animated Series unboxing series. I will see you for the very next one, and until I do, may every single one of your rolls be critical hits.